So, welcome back, Mavericks. This is episode 4.2 about the distribution of ocean and continents. In the last episode, we discussed about one theory which is given by Alfred Wegener. What is the name of that theory, Saurabh?
Theory of continental drift.
What is the meaning of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis? Harleen?
Sir, I'm not sure about antithesis, but I think synthesis is the combination of two things.
Yes, you are right.
And thesis is, as Saurabh said, did the research. I mean, the conclusion of all the research done by a particular person.
In simple words, thesis is an initial idea or proposition. Antithesis, the opposing idea or contradiction to the initial idea. And synthesis means the resolution that transcends both the thesis and antithesis, creating a new understanding. Got it? Thesis means new idea emerges. Antithesis means जो नया आइडिया है उससे ऑपोजिट. मान लो एक नया आइडिया आया है 1+1 = 2. तो एंटीथेसिस क्या होगा? 1+1 इज नॉट इक्वल टू 2. और सिंथेसिस में क्या होगा? हम रेजोल्यूशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखेंगे. हम थीसिस और एंटीथेसिस की इंफॉर्मेशन को उठाएंगे और उससे न्यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्रिएट करेंगे. बट हरलीन, टेल मी why I introduced this concept, this philosophical concept in between this episode. What do you think?
So, maybe to discuss the theories so that we can get the proper
Give me some detail.
idea of
Okay, Ritik?
Sir, we have studied the Alfred Wegener theory, which is a thesis
How it is a thesis? Why it is not an antithesis?
because he proposed this idea first. Then,
You are thinking on along in the right lines. Okay. In this case, the distribution of ocean and continents, thesis means static earth model. Ocean and continents are fixed, earth surface is stable. That is thesis. And antithesis in this case are Wegener continental drift, spotted by convection current theory, challenges the static model of earth. No worry, we will discuss convection current theory in time to come. And in this case, what is the synthesis? The synthesis is seafloor spreading and plate tectonic theory. We will also discuss seafloor spreading and plate tectonic theory. I introduced this concept so that I want you to that think along these lines. First thesis come, then antithesis, then synthesis.
sir, please repeat all the examples of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis.
In the context of distribution of ocean and continent,
Yes, sir.
Theses were the earlier perception about the Earth before the Alfred Wegener theory. What was that? That is static Earth model. Ocean and continents are fixed, Earth's surface is stable. And Alfred Wegener proposed antithesis through his theory continental drift. And about this synthesis, we will discuss in this episode, one of the theory, and in next episode. Is it clear, Ritik?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the last episode, we discussed about the Alfred Wegener theory, continental drift, and he also proposed the four evidences: jigsaw fit, fossil evidence, tillit, and fourth one are
Placer deposits.
yes. That is the first theory to prove that Earth is not in a static condition. And that is the second. That was proposed by Arthur Holmes, and the name of that theory was convection current theory in 1930s. Continent, continental drift theory proposed in 1911 or 12, and second theory was proposed in 1930s. So Saurabh, tell me, what is the meaning of convection current?
Sir, convection, the meaning of convection is like transferring of heat, according to me.
Yeah, you are thinking on the right lines, but could you please elaborate someone little?
No, sir, I can't.
Okay, no worries. Convection means there are three method to transfer the heat: conduction, convection, and radiation. Is it clear? Convection means the process by which heat is transferred by movement of heated fluids such as air or water. Okay? Convection is clear. I repeat, it is a process by which heat is transferred by movements of heated fluids such as air or water. Now, what are convection currents? Convection currents are circular movements of material within a fluid driven by differences in temperature and density. I'll repeat. Convection currents are circular movements of material within a fluid driven by differences in temperature and density. Let me show you one diagram. By that, you will understand better. Look at this. इसमें क्या हो रहा है? ये कैन है, इसके अंदर वाटर है, नीचे से हीट है. जब कंटिन्यूस हीट इस कैन के साथ इस कैन को मिल रही है, उससे क्या हो रहा है? सौरभ, क्या हो रहा है उससे?
सर, वाटर मूवमेंट हो रही है.
कैसे?
मॉलिक्यूल्स जो कूल मॉलिक्यूल्स है वो नीचे आ रहे हैं, जो वार्म है वो ऊपर जा रहे हैं.
What? How?
सर, एनर्जी ट्रांसफर हो रही है ना.
एनर्जी तो
हीट
ट्रांसफर हो रही है, तभी
हीट
मूवमेंट हो रही है, बट कैसे?
यस.
हरलीन,
सर हीट के कारण जो मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं वो वार्म अप होंगे और उनका टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करेगा, काइनेटिक एनर्जी इंक्रीज करेगी,
ओके,
जिसके कारण वो बॉईल करेंगे मॉलिक्यूल्स। आई
नहीं
मीन
नहीं
उनका मोशन इंक्रीज हो जाएगा ना।
नहीं, यू आर राइट कि जब काइनेटिक एनर्जी और मॉलिक्यूल इंक्रीज होगे तो वो बॉयल करेंगे।
यस।
जब बॉयल करेंगे तो वाटर क्या करेगा, ऊपर जाएगा।
यस।
उस टाइम उस पर्टिकुलर वाटर की डेंसिटी ज़्यादा होगी या कम होगी?
जब वो ऊपर जाएगा
यस।
ज़्यादा हो जाएगी वो, नहीं कम हो जाएगी।
और नीचे कैसे आएगा वाटर?
अगेन जैसे कूल डाउन हो जाएगा और वो उसकी डेंसिटी इंक्रीज करेगी और वो नीचे आ जाएगा।
अगर इस पिक्चर को आप ध्यान से देखोगे ना, तो जो सरफेस वाटर टच है ना कैन के साथ नीचे, उसका टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होगा या ऊपर वाले वाटर का टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होगा?
जो सरफेस पे है जो।
यस। तो डेंसिटी ज़्यादा किसकी होगी, ऊपर वाले की या नीचे वाले की?
ऊपर वाले की।
यस। जब नीचे वाले की डेंसिटी कम होगी और वो कंटिन्यूस हीट के कारण ऊपर जाएगा, तो ऊपर वाला वाटर कहाँ जाएगा?
इवेपोरेट हो जाएगा ना, इवेपोरेट हो
वेपोरेट?
जाएगा वो तो।
वेपोरेट
नहीं, वो
कैसे होगा?
कैसे होगा?
उसका टेम्परेचर तो कम है ना नीचे वाले से।
यस।
तो वो क्या करेगा, सिंक करेगा।
ओके।
इन सिंपल टर्म, convection is driven by warmer, less dense material rising and cooler, more dense material sinking under the influence of gravity. जब वाटर ऊपर जा रहा था, वो जा रहा था बिकॉज ऑफ द हीट, द एनर्जी विच इज ट्रांसफर्ड बाय द हीट टू दैट पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर। पर वाटर जब नीचे आ रहा था, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेविटी। और ये कंटिन्यूस होता रहेगा ऐसे। दैट्स वाई वी कॉल इट कन्वेक्शन करंट। These current are the driving force for the movement of tectonic plates. We will understand this concept through this video. How convection currents move the tectonic plates. You all three get this idea, na? What is the meaning of convection current? How it work?
यस सर।
Ritik?
Yes, sir.
So explain.
Yes, sir.
Ritik, explain.
So by this example of can where warm water warm water molecules goes up
Why?
due to when heating the water, their kinetic energy of the molecules, the lower molecules get increased and they will get dense, so they will go upside. And
Yeah, simple है। जब आप अपना कैन गैस के ऊपर रखोगे ना,
yes, sir.
तो क्या होगा, उस टाइम पे पूरे वाटर का टेम्परेचर सेम होगा। जैसे ही वो
Yes,
हीट करना शुरू करेगा कैन को, तो क्या होगा, कैन मेटल का है, तो वो
mm,
हीट प्रोवाइड करेगा वाटर को, जिससे क्या होगा, जो नीचे वाला वाटर है उसकी डेंसिटी कम हो जाएगी एज कंपेयर टू
ऊपर वाला.
ऊपर वाले। तो वो क्या करेगा, ड्यू टू द कंटिन्यूस सप्लाई ऑफ हीट, लेस डेंस वाटर क्या करेगा, ऊपर जाएगा, राइज करेगा। और हाई डेंस वाटर क्या करेगा, सिंक करेगा। और ये साइकिल कंटिन्यू चलता रहेगा, क्योंकि टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस रहेगा, वो हमेशा ही रहेगा। ओके?
Okay, sir.
बट माई क्वेश्चन इज, why cooler air is more dense than warmer air. You can also add cool liquid is more dense than warmer liquid. What we will consider, we will discuss as the example of air. Why cooler air is more denser than warmer air? Saurabh?
सर क्योंकि जो
सर क्योंकि सर जो मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं वो एक्सपांड हो जाते हैं हीट की वजह से।
और कूल एयर के एक्सपेंड नहीं होंगे?
वो नहीं तो मेरे हिसाब से क्लोजली पैक्ड होंगे।
You are right, but you missed one particular terminology. Harleen, continue.
सर जो वार्मर एयर होती है उसमें मॉलिक्यूल्स की काइनेटिक एनर्जी हाई होने के कारण वो फार अवे होते हैं, बट जो कूलर एयर है उसमें पार्टिकल्स क्लोज होते हैं जिसके कारण डेंसिटी हाई होती है, क्योंकि वार्मर एयर में थर्मल एक्सपेंशन होती है ना, तो वो पार्टिकल्स उसके कारण लाइक दूर होते हैं, तो
Yes.
इसलिए
Warmer air rises, it expand and it has less density. Cool air sink, it contracts and it has more density. Why? Because of the kinetic energy of the molecules. Now we will understand how these currents are the driving force for the movement of the tectonic plates. We will understand this concept through this video. Consider this gel-like material as mantle, and the flame beneath the fluid is core. ओके जो जेल लाइक ये फ्लूइड है इसको मेंटल कंसिडर करो, और जो नीचे फ्लेम है इसको कंसिडर करो अर्थ का इनर कोर, एंड विजुअलाइज दिस वीडियो अकॉर्डिंगली. Ritik,
Yes, sir.
what is happening in this video? क्या हो रहा है? जो मेरी कोर है वो क्या कर रही है मेंटल को?
हीट अप कर रही है सर.
उससे क्या हो रहा है?
मेंटल में सर कन्वेक्शन हो रहा है.
कन्वेक्शन करंट ओरिजिनेट हो रहे हैं ड्यू टू द कंटिन्यूस सप्लाई ऑफ हीट
Yes, sir.
from core. See this video accordingly, according to the concept of 3 layers of earth. See? टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस, ऊपर टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है, नीचे कम है. Consider this plate as tectonic plate. Please switch off your mic. So Saurabh, tell me your observation about those two videos. Not 2 video, we just for 1 video.
Yes, sir. The flame, जो फ्लेम थी सर, वो दिखा रही थी, वो कोर को इंडिकेट कर रही थी कि वो कोर की तरह वर्क कर रही थी, जो हीट प्रोवाइड कर रहा था एक तरह से।
Continues.
फिर जो ऊपर जो लिक्विड था, ऑयल था, वो एज अ मोल्टन स्टेट में जो मेंटल में है, वो इंडिकेट कर रहा था। और जो थाइम थी, वो आई थिंक कि मिनरल्स या फिर रॉक्स टाइप कुछ थे।
Okay.
यस सर। और जो टेक्टोनिक प्लेट्स की मूवमेंट है, वो हीट की वजह से हो रही थी, और वो ऐसे सर्कुलर मोशन में आ रही थी हीट की वजह से।
Okay.
यस सर।
Harleen.
जो इसमें फ्लेम था वो अर्थ का कोर एक्ट कर रहा था, एंड जो उसमें जेल टाइप फॉर्म हो गया था वो मैंटल था। एंड वो एक्सप्लेन कर रही थी कि जो कैसे जो टेम्परेचर है वो बिल्कुल कोर के पास वो कम है एंड उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर है, एंड कैसे जो वो पीसीस थे वो टेक्टोनिक प्लेट्स एक्ट कर रहे थे। तो ये काइंड ऑफ अर्थ के मॉडल को एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था कि कैसे कॉन्टिनेंट्स ड्रिफ्ट हुए थे।
Okay. But if I ask you a question, how convection currents work in the mantle, then how you will respond? I will repeat. How convection currents work in the mantle. We know what is convection current. We also see in the
Yes,
video.
sir. Yes, sir.
So explain it. How you will explain?
Mhm. So, maybe due to the core of the earth, the heat is produced, which is responsible for the movement of tectonic plates.
You are thinking along the right lines, but you need to add some more facts.
Hmm.
Okay, good try.
Yes, sir.
We know about the earth structure. There are 3 layers: crust, mantle, and core. We know there are inner core, outer core. Inner core is in solid state, outer core liquid, mantle we consider as solid, and crust, it is brittle in nature, we also consider it as solid. So जो इनर कोर है उसका टेम्परेचर नियर अराउंड 6000 डिग्री सेल्सियस है, और उसके ऊपर क्या है, लिक्विड कोर है। वो क्या करेगी, वो कंटिन्यूसली थ्रू द मेथड ऑफ कन्वेक्शन और कंडक्शन और आल्सो रेडिएशन वो एनर्जी ट्रांसफर करेगी मेंटल को। जो अपर मेंटल है डेट इज इन पार्शियली मोल्टन स्टेट, और जो मेरी लोअर मेंटल है इट इज मोर लाइक सॉलिड। ओके सर।
हेलो।
हेलो।
यस सर, प्लीज रिपीट कर सकते हैं सर, प्लीज।
आई सेड upper mantle is partially in molten state, behaves in a ductile manner, allowing convection currents to form, which drive the plate tectonic. The lower mantle is in a solid state, but still capable of slow flow over periods of time due to the extreme heat and pressure from the outer core. तो जैसा हमने उस वीडियो में देखा कि जो लेस डेंस मटेरियल होगा वो राइज करेगा, जो हाई डेंस मटेरियल होगा वो सिंक करेगा। तो उससे क्या होगा, जो मेरी प्लेट टेक्टोनिक है उसकी मूवमेंट्स होगी कन्वेक्शन करंट के कारण। अंडरस्टैंड? I will again repeat. The mantle is a semi-solid layer of silicate rocks extending below the earth crust to the outer core. It behaves plastically over geological timescale. Formation of currents. How current formed in the mantle? Heat from the earth core causes mantle material to expand, become buoyant and rise. As the material reaches the lithosphere, the rigid outer layer, it spreads sideways. The cooled material sinks back into the mantle, completing the cycle. We used one particular term, buoyant, Buoyant. What is the meaning of this? Harleen?
So, I don't remember.
Okay, no worries. Ritik?
No idea, sir.
Saurabh?
Mm, don't know, sir.
Okay. Buoyant refers to the ability of an object or substance to float in a fluid due to upward force called buoyancy. Buoyancy. How we consider some object as buoyant? An object is buoyant if its density is less than fluid. It is in allowing it to float. How the mantle allow the lithosphere to float on it? Because the lithosphere has less density. That's why lithosphere or plate tectonic are able to float on a asthenosphere, which is the part of mantle. So tell me, Saurav,
Yes, sir.
tell me the cycle of convection current through which tectonic plates move. How this
Sir,
activity happen?
as we know, upper mantle is in partially in molten state,
Yes,
and lower mantle is in solid state.
yes, but not solid as like core.
Yes,
Okay,
but the it has more density than upper mantle,
okay,
so the heat is transported in upward direction,
okay.
and the upper mantle also transport the heat in upward direction, that is directly to the lithosphere layer, where the uh, tectonic plate
Okay,
where yes,
let me explain last time in very
yes, sir.
simple words. To complete this cycle, note it down, we need three things. First one, heat source. Second one, rising material. And third things are cooling and sinking. Now you have to explain me by using these three concept or three frameworks. So Harleen, explain. Convect.
The cycle
Yes.
is the heat source is the core of the earth, which is providing heat.
Okay.
And here the rising material is the mantle. We have the two layers of the mantle, upper mantle and lower mantle.
Hmm.
And the lower mantle is in solid state, whereas the upper mantle is in liquid state.
Not in
And
liquid state, but
the
in
so I
semi
mean
molten state.
molten. Yes. and the lower one isn't solid, it has high density, so it is laying down, but as the heat will transfer and it will go upwards toward the upper mantle, which is in molten state, and again those particles will come down in the sink, which is called sinking, and the cycle will continue.
हीट सोर्स क्या है? द अर्थ कोर. The earth core and mantle contain radioactive element like uranium, thorium and potassium. Their decay generates substantial heat. And in rising material, hot less dense material from the mantle rises toward the earth crust. And more dense material will sink. Cooling and sinking में क्या आएगा? As this material near the surface it cools, become denser and sinks back into the mantle. जो मटेरियल राइजिंग मटेरियल में ऊपर गया था, ऊपर जाके वो टेम्परेचर कम है, कूल होगा, वो दोबारा से नीचे जाएगा. इस तरह से कंटिन्यूस साइकिल चलता रहेगा. वी यूज्ड वन पर्टिकुलर टर्मिनोलॉजी, रेडियोएक्टिव एलिमेंट्स. Radioactive elements are chemical elements whose nuclei are unstable, causing them to release energy in the form of radiation to attain stability. Okay? Now I think you all understand convection current theory. How convection current work in the mantle, we already discussed. The first theory was continental drift theory. Second was convection current theory. हमने लास्ट एपिसोड में जर्नी स्टार्ट की थी ये प्रूव करने के लिए जो अर्थ है वो स्टैटिक नहीं है. तो उसके लिए फर्स्ट हमारे पास थ्योरी आई, द केस ऑफ ड्रिफ्टिंग कॉन्टिनेंट, दैट इज गिवन बाय एल्फ्रेड वैगनर. एल्फ्रेड वैगनर प्रोवाइड द सब्सटेंशियल एविडेंस टू प्रूव हिज थ्योरी. वी सॉ then after this theory was proposed in 1912 and this was proposed in 1930. And this is the period around 90s, 40s and 50s. Imagine it's the late 1940. The world has just emerged from the World War II. And technology that was once used for war is now being repurposed for peace. Scientists, driven by curiosity, turn their attention to exploring the oceans, which until then were like uncharted world. So there are key discoveries on that period during the 1940s and 50s. The first one is mid-oceanic ridges, magnetic strip, age of rock. These three key discovery gave the birth to the breakthrough, that is sea floor spreading. मुझे पता है कि जो हमने ये तीन की डिस्कवरी डिस्कस की अभी आपको नहीं समझ आई. मैंने जानबूझ के ये तीन चीज़ें डिस्कस नहीं की क्योंकि हम ये तीनों चीज़ें इस थ्योरी में पढ़ेंगे. राइट इट डाउन. द फर्स्ट थ्योरी वाज कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट. उसमें जो कमी रह गई थी उसको कन्वेक्शन करंट थ्योरी ने कंप्लीट किया. Now we have third theory, sea floor spreading, in 1961. First was given at 1913 or 12, second was 1930, and after 31 years, a person called Harry Hess that was a geologist, proposed sea floor spreading, connecting all the pieces of evidence which we just discussed to form his theory that is called sea floor spreading. So Harleen, tell me, what was first theory, second theory, and third theory, and why we are discussed about these theories?
So we are discussing these theories to understand the Earth, to understand the movement of the continents, that how they drifted away. So the
Only
first theory was
continents?
the continent. No, sir, like all the areas, parts, how they drifted.
We are the title of this episode was the distribution of ocean and continents,
Yes, both.
both. So continue.
So the first theory was the continental drift theory. In that theory, it was given by Alfred Wegener, and he explained that how the continents are drifted. In that theory, he gave four evidences. The first was the jigsaw of it of the continent. Second was the distribution of fossils. Third was the placer deposits, and fourth tellurids. So
Yes.
do I need to elaborate these evidences too?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
And the next theory?
And the second theory was the convection current theory, and it was given in 1930s. And in that theory, it was compared to the it was explained by the convection currents. The convection currents are the currents in which the heat is transferred due to the movement of fluids. So in that, the Earth's core is considered as the source of the heat, and the second is the medium rising, and the second is the rising part, which is the mantle. The mantle is considered of two parts, that is the lower and upper mantle. Upper mantle, which is in semi-molten state, and how the heat is transferred, and the third part is the sinking or cooling.
Yes.
And in that theory, it was explained that how the heat is transferred and how the mantle is floating. I mean, the lithosphere is floating on the Earth's surface. The third
Not on
theory
the
is
Earth's
the
surface. How
in the
lithosphere is floating on the asthenosphere.
yes, okay.
Okay. And the
Yes,
next?
and the third is the seafloor spreading. It was given by Harry Hess in 1961, and in that theory, it was explained that how mid-oceanic ridges and mountain ranges were formed in the seafloor.
Okay. Very good. So we will understand this theory sea floor spreading with the help of one video. That is the long video, near about 10 to 13 minutes. We will decipher that particular video and try to understand theory sea floor spreading. So watch it carefully.
In this video, we're going to discuss seafloor spreading, a key geological idea and one of the foundational concepts behind plate tectonics. To begin, we're going to go way back to the early 1900s and a German meteorologist named Alfred Wegener, who was proposing a radical new idea that he called continental drift. This idea proposed that the continents were not stationary masses, but rather slowly moving slabs of rock that interacted with one another over time. But in order to really make sense of this idea, we need evidence. Now, fortunately, after Wegener's death, evidence became available in a variety of forms, and that evidence also describes the process that we now know as seafloor spreading. So in this video, we're going to look at these four key pieces of evidence to support and describe this idea. The first thing we're going to look at is the ocean floor. Now, in the days of Wegener, we were limited in the amount of data and information we had about this sea.
He just said to collect the evidence, first we need to see the ocean floor.
Floor. For hundreds of years, we had been able to collect some crude information by doing methods such as line sounding, where you would drop a rope with a weight on the end down to measure how deep different parts of the ocean were. And if you did this in enough areas, you can create a simple and basic map of the ocean floor. Unfortunately, these maps were, as I mentioned, very crude and very limited and unreliable. But as World War I began and ended, and then eventually World War II came about, the United States launched a Department of the Navy Office of Naval Research, and for the first time, science was driving an effort to map the ocean floor. In fact, scientists Marie Tharp and Bruce Heezen developed the first bathymetric map of the Atlantic Ocean, and this is in the 1950s. They used a technology known as sonar to map accurately the depth of the sea over large areas. And they created a map that was the most accurate of it.
This is how sonar work. You can visualize the work of sonar through this picture.
Its time. And so if we were to look at the world today and actually take the blue oceans and drain them from the surface, what we would see is that the sea floor is not a vast expanse of flat desert, as was believed beforehand, but rather it was a jagged and active area with giant peaks and cracks, trenches, earthquakes, and active volcanoes. As you can see here, now that we've drained out the water from
इस पिक्चर को ना विजुलाइज करो for 4 to 5 seconds. This is how actual sea floor looks like.
the earth. If we zoom in on different areas, particularly the center of the North Atlantic Ocean and extending down through the southern Atlantic, you see this massive scar, this thousands of mile long mountain range that runs down the Atlantic Ocean basin and essentially mimics the shape of the continents. This set off some alarm bells for scientists, as they believed that this could potentially be related to Wegener's earlier theory of the moving continents. After the work of Tharp and Heezen came along other notable scientists, including Robert Dietz and Harry Hess, who published work that further described the fascinating geological structures that are found in the bottom of the ocean. In fact, if you were to draw a profile from North America to Europe, you would see something like this, with vast expanses of flat areas, and then that jagged, irregular central mountain range that runs down the center of the Atlantic Ocean. And so this simple observation that the seafloor has geology became supporting evidence number one. So there are active fractures in the lithosphere, or the crust of the ocean floor, in a pattern that appears to mimic the shape of the continental coastlines. Based on these observations, scientists like Hess developed an idea that along this ridge, magma from underground magma chambers was spewing up through the crack in the Earth's surface and pushing the plates apart, pushing the slabs of rock on either side away from one another.
So, Saurabh, what is happening there?
Sir, I missed it. That's why I already raised my hand.
Sorry?
सर मैंने मिस कर दिया था इसलिए मैंने पहले हैंड रेज कर दिया था.
कहाँ से मिस किया था?
सर थोड़ा पहले.
Okay.
Geological structures that are found in the bottom of the ocean. In fact, if you were to draw a profile from North America to Europe, you would see something like this, with vast expanses of flat areas and then that jagged, irregular central mountain range that runs down the center of the Atlantic Ocean. And so this simple observation that the seafloor has geology became supporting evidence number one. So there are active fractures
write it down. The first evidence to support the seafloor spreading. There are active fractures in the lithosphere along the ocean floor in a pattern that mimics the shape of continental coastline.
In the lithosphere, or the crust of the ocean floor, in a pattern that appears to mimic the shape of the continental coastlines. Based on these observations, scientists like Hess developed an idea that along this ridge, magma from underground magma chambers was spewing up through the crack in the Earth's surface and pushing the plates apart, pushing the slabs.
Try to collect as much information as you can by watching this video. Don't worry, we will again discuss this whole theory in detail.
Of rock on either side away from one another in what would become known as a spreading center or a divergent plate boundary, as seen in this animation here. Slowly over time, the plates spread apart, carrying the rock and the sediment with them. And along this boundary, we see lots of cracks called faults and scarps in the surface of the Earth. Here's another diagram that illustrates what we think happens along these spreading centers, where magma pushes its way up through the crack and spreads the plates apart above. And so one of the ideas was to look at how old the rock on the seafloor is, as that could potentially support this notion. And if you were to map the age of the seafloor, similar to what we see here, what you would notice is that, shown in red, we have very young rock right along the ridge. And then...
So Harleen, tell me, why the age of the rock near the mid-oceanic ridges is less as compared to those who are nearer to the continent?
Sir, Harleen left due to network issues.
So tell me, you, Saurabh,
Yes, sir.
why the age of rocks which are near to the mid-oceanic ridges is less as compared to the rocks which are near to the continental?
Sir, because the magma that is pushing it in the opposite way, the
इसमें क्या हो रहा है?
फॉर्मेशन सर जो रॉक्स है ना वो जो मैग्मा निकल रहा है वहाँ नए फॉर्म हो रहे हैं ना सर,
Yes,
और पुराने को पीछे ढकेला जा रहा है.
yes. उससे क्या हो रहा
यस
है?
सर, उससे मूवमेंट हो रही है सर प्लेट्स की.
उसके कारण क्या हो रहा है कि जो
ओशन
आपके
फ्लोर को वो एक्सपांड कर रहा है एक तरह से.
स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं.
हाँ.
Yes. We will discuss this whole theory in detail again.
And as you go away from the ridge in either direction through the orange and yellow to the green and then blue, the age of the seafloor gets older. And so the only way that's really possible is if, in fact, seafloor spreading is occurring, and that Harry Hess and other scientists were correct in their theories.
Imagine this on your resume, a certified expert in ChatGPT and AI tools. Sounds
So supporting evidence number 2 is that the age of the seafloor rock
Write it down. The age of the seafloor rock increases as you get further away from the mid-ocean ridge.
increases as you get further away from the mid-ocean ridge. But as with all science, we're constantly looking for more supporting evidence. And so scientists went back to the drawing board, and they thought about other things that could prove that this is in fact happening. So something else they decided to look at was sediment. Now, sediment refers to sand and clay and other bits of rock and organic matter that settles on the bottom of the ocean. Similar to the idea that young rock should be found near the mid-ocean ridge and old rock should be found further away, scientists believe that sediments should become thicker in their layers as you get further from the ridges, which makes sense because older rock would have had more time to accumulate.
So Ritik, tell me why the sediment layer is thicker when that distance is far from the mid-oceanic ridge.
Because, sir, in the middle of this ridge, the new magma comes on the comes in the oceans. So there was a thick layer of that sediments. When oceans moves due to movement, these sediments goes
इसमें क्या
fall.
होगा, जब मेरा मैग्मा बर्स्ट होगा तो उसके कारण क्या होगा, जब कंटिन्यू मैग्मा मेरा बर्स्ट होगा तो एक जगह तो एक्यूमुलेट नहीं होगा, वो स्प्रेड
Yes.
होगा। वो जैसे जैसे मिड ओशियनिक रिज से दूर जाएगा ना, वो एक लेयर बनाता जाएगा, और जितना डिस्टेंस मिड ओशियनिक से दूर होगा वो लेयर उतनी ही थिक होगी। ओके
Yes.
Accumulate sediment, as you can see in this diagram. If you were to travel along the seafloor from point A to B to C to D, you would notice that that layer of sediment increases in its thickness. And that's because the rock is older and there's been more time for the accumulation of that sediment. And this proved to be true as we studied the seafloor more and more, as with this map showing sediment thickness with different colors, with the dark blue being thin layers of sediment, and light blue to green to yellow and red becoming thicker and thicker. And so that gives us supporting evidence number 3, the thickness of the layer of sediments deposited.
Write it down. Evidence number 3 to support the theory of seafloor spreading. The thickness of the layer of sediment deposited on the ocean floor increases as you get further away from the mid-oceanic ridges, which we just discussed. Why this is happening?
Deposited on the ocean floor increases as you get further away from a mid-ocean ridge. And so once again, we would look to warfare and the Navy to get more scientific information to support the concept. Now, during World War II, one of the issues that the Americans and our allies were dealing with was being able to identify these massive sea mines and submarines that were being used by the Germans. And so one thing we did was begin to study magnetism. Using new technology, we could travel across the ocean in a boat or in an airplane and detect the magnetic field under the ocean's surface. Now, submarines and mines give off a certain amount of magnetism or are sensed by this equipment, and so we are able to actually detect them even if they're out of visible sight. But we also were able to detect magnetism of the sea floor, and we found something fascinating, which is that if you look at the magnetism of the sea floor in different areas, it's not random as you might expect, but rather you see these bands or stripes of alternating magnetism, as seen in this.
This is the stripes of magnetism.
Diagram or this one here. Now, in order to really understand this, we need to step back a little bit and actually look at the inside of the Earth. In case you were unaware, the inside of the Earth is made up of different layers, and one of those layers, the outer core, shown here in orange, is composed of molten metals, including iron and nickel. Now, those molten liquid metals are not sitting still. but rather they are flowing around the inner core, and the movement of that liquid metal generates a magnetic field, which essentially turns
Saurav,
Yes, sir.
this person is talk about which layer?
Sir, outer core.
And which is in which state?
Liquid.
And due to the motion of that liquid, what is happening?
Sir, heat is transferred to the upper side.
It creates the magnetic field of the earth.
Magnetic. It creates magnetic field.
Are you able to see this picture?
Yes, sir.
This is the magnetic field of the earth.
Yes, sir.
So why magnetic field of the earth is important? What is the
Because
significance of magnetic field of earth?
it shows the movements of North Pole and South Pole, I think, sir.
Okay. Ritik, what is the significance of magnetic field?
Don't know exactly, sir.
Magnetic field saves the earth from the harmful rays which is coming from the sun. Okay.
How, sir?
I don't know
Hello.
about in detail, but this is a fact which is written in the NCRT.
Okay, sir.
the Earth into one gigantic magnet. Now, the fact that the Earth is a magnet and has a magnetic field is very important for a lot of different reasons, which we won't get into in this video, but it's important that you know the Earth essentially is a magnet. And just like a magnet that you would play with, it has both a north and a south pole that behave a little bit differently and are detectable. Now, a strange phenomenon we have seen on Earth is that the magnetic north and south poles switch periodically over time. So if you look at this visualization, let's say that the orange area represents the magnetic north and the blue represents the magnetic south. Now, over time, those poles will become kind of all haywire and then eventually flip, so that north has become south and south has become north. This is known as a magnetic reversal, and we see it happen on a
Write it down, the term magnetic reversal. We will discuss this concept in detail.
fairly regular timescale throughout Earth's geologic history. Now, here's why this is so important and relevant to seafloor spreading. It's because these magnetic reversals are captured in the solidified rock on either side of a mid-ocean ridge. As magma wells up through the ridge and hits that cold ocean water and solidifies into rock, minerals within the magma align with the Earth's magnetic field.
इसने अभी कहा जो मैग्मा के साथ minerals आए, when they reach the ocean water, they cool down. When they spread in a symmetry like this.
And then we forever have a record of what the Earth's magnetic field was at the moment that that rock formed. Let's look at this animation, which shows it clearly, that as magma upwells and solidifies, it records the Earth's magnetic field. And whenever those switches occur, we see it as a record within the rock. Now it's
Ritik, how
Yes, sir.
magnetic strips are formed?
Sir, our outer core is solid in nature, which is outer core having temperature of
Outer core is solid in nature?
sorry. Outer core is liquid in nature and having high temperature. So that's why this particular uh,
I
layer is.
said, Ritik,
क्या हुआ सर?
listen the question carefully. I said how this magnetic strip is formed.
सर जब मैग्मा बस्ट होगा और ओशन पे आएगा
हाँ,
तो वो
कूल डाउन हो
रॉक
जाएगा,
कूल डाउन होके रॉक्स फॉर्म करेगा
लेयर्स में करेगा.
इन सिमेट्री में करेगा ना, एक सिमेट्री में फॉर्म करेगा, क्योंकि जो मैग्मा के साथ जो मिनरल्स आए हैं वो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के साथ अलाइन होंगे और एक सिमेट्री में स्प्रेड आउट होंगे.
Yes, that is what I am asking.
ओके
Good.
सर.
Shown here with different colors, black and white, within the rock, which of course is not the case in reality. However, if we could see the seafloor magnetism, we would see patterns that look kind of like this. If we were to come back over this area with a boat and measure it, what we would see is that the pattern
अब ओशन में ये मैग्नेटिक स्ट्रिप्स तो है, बट अगर हम उसको मेजर करेंगे मैग्नेटोमीटर के साथ तो ऐसी डायग्राम बनेगी. इसको अच्छे से विजुलाइज कर लो कि जब हम इस ओशन फ्लोर से ऊपर से गुजरेंगे मिड ओशनिक रिज के पास से डिवाइस लेके मैग्नेटोमीटर, तो वो ऐसे चार्ट बनाएगा, पॉजिटिव मैग्नेटिक एनोमली एंड नेगेटिव मैग्नेटिक एनोमली. दे विल फॉर्म लाइक दिस काइंड ऑफ चार्ट.
pattern of magnetism matches up perfectly on either side of the ridge, where we see
ये देखो, ये और ये परफेक्टली मैच कर रहा है, ये और ये भी और ये भी और ये भी.
positive magnetism on the left side, it aligns with a similar band on the opposite side. And the only possible way that this pattern could exist is if the seafloor is spreading. And so this becomes supporting evidence number 4. Patterns of seafloor magnetism on either side of
Write it down. Patterns of seafloor magnetism on either side of mid-oceanic ridges match up with one another.
a mid-ocean ridge matches up with one another. And so this gives us a complete case that proves that the seafloor on Earth is in fact spreading apart and that plate tectonics is a real phenomenon. So when we look at the Earth and we see these fascinating structures under the ocean, we now understand why. All we have to do is look at these 4 key pieces of evidence. Just to review them quickly, here they are. Number 1. There are active fractures in the lithosphere along the ocean floor in a pattern that mimics the shapes of the continental coastlines. Number 2, the age of the rock of the seafloor increases as you get further away from the mid-ocean ridge. Number 3, the thickness of the layer of sediments deposited on the ocean floor increases as you get further away from the mid-ocean ridge. And finally, number 4, patterns of seafloor
इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है.
बोलो.
सर जैसे मैग्मा बस्ट होगा, ठीक है, वो ऊपर ओशन पे आके कूल डाउन होगा और वो स्प्रेड होगा.
यस.
तो जहाँ पे वो बस्ट हुआ और कूल डाउन हुआ तो वो मिड ओशन रिज है,
यस.
तो वहाँ थिकनेस ज़्यादा होगी ना एज कम्पेयर टू जब हम डिस्टेंस जाएंगे टुवर्ड्स द कॉन्टिनेंट्स. या मतलब उससे अगर हम फर्दर अवे जाएंगे तो थिकनेस डिक्रीज होगी ना?
नहीं,
क्यों?
डिक्रीज कैसे होगी? इंक्रीज होगी ना।
कैसे?
यह सिंपल है। इमेजिन करो एक प्लेन पेपर है, ओके।
यस।
नीचे से आप कंटिन्यूस विस्कस फ्लूइड का सप्लाई दे रहे हो, वो ऊपर तो जाएगा नहीं। एक
हम्म।
पर्टिकुलर हाइट के बाद वो क्या करेगा? ग्रेविटी उसको नीचे को खींचेगी।
जी।
मान लो जो नीचे से फोर्स आ रही है 10 न्यूटन की है, उसके कारण जो पाइल बन सकती है, ढेरी बन सकती है, वो 1 किलोमीटर तक बन सकती है। 1 किलोमीटर के बाद क्या होगा? स्प्रेड होना शुरू हो जाएगा वो।
यस सर।
और वो कंटिन्यू मिलियन और बिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स के बाद क्या होगा? लेयर थिक होगी नियर नियर मिड ओशियनिक रिज, या थिक नहीं होगी, या थिन होगी? यू गॉट द आइडिया?
नो सर, आई एम कंफ्यूज।
यार एक पानी के पाइप है,
जी।
ओके। जब आप मान लो कि ऊपर स्काई की तरफ करोगे उसको, तो उसकी हाइट कितनी ऊपर तक जाएगी? ये किस पे डिपेंड करेगा? ऋतिक, आई एम आस्किंग यू।
सर अब बोलो, नेटवर्क इशू था, आपका सुनाई नहीं दिया।
एक पानी की पाइप है, आपने उसको ऊपर आसमान की तरफ उसका फेस कर दिया है। उस वो पानी कहाँ तक ऊपर जाएगा, वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा?
सर पानी के प्रेशर के ऊपर।
प्रेशर के ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा ना। मान लो प्रेशर आपने दिया है सिर्फ 5 मीटर तक जाएगा पानी ऊपर, उसके बाद क्या होगा?
नीचे आएगा।
क्यों?
ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स के कारण।
ग्रेविटेशन नहीं, ग्रेविटी के कारण।
ग्रेविटी के कारण, सॉरी।
ओके।
यस सर।
यही सेम फिनोमिना इमेजिन करो एक पेपर पर। आपने जो डाउन साइड द पेपर एक छेद किया, होल किया, वहां से पानी देना शुरू किया। और 5 मीटर के बाद क्या होगा? वो पानी क्या करेगा? पहले तो उसी सरफेस को क्या करेगा? वो कवर कर पाएगा, क्योंकि नीचे से तो कंटिन्यू सप्लाई आ रही है पानी की। वो स्प्रेड होना शुरू होगा।
यस सर।
तो एक टाइम पे क्या होगा? जो लेयर होगी वो थिक होती जाएगी जैसे जैसे डिस्टेंस बढ़ता जाएगा। क्यों? क्योंकि जिस पॉइंट से मैग्मा निकल रहा है वहां पे सरफेस ही नहीं है मैग्मा को एक्यूमुलेट करने के लिए। वो कहाँ पे एक्यूमुलेट होगा? उस मिड ओशियनिक रिज से दूर। तो उसके कारण क्या होगी? जो उसकी लेयर है वो थिक होती जाएगी। अगर अभी भी आपको समझ नहीं आया तो रिकॉर्डिंग में ध्यान से सुनना कि कैसे ये फिनोमेना अक्कर होता है।
ओके सर।
हमने अभी 4 एविडेंसेस देखे सी फ्लोर स्प्रेडिंग के। If you want to understand sea floor spreading, we can understand this sea floor spreading theory in 4 steps. Please turn on your cameras. The first step is formation at mid-oceanic ridges. We just saw in the video how mid-oceanic ridges were formed. They were formed due to the magma which is coming from mantle. मैं आपको एक पिक्चर बताता हूँ जिसे आप अच्छे से विजुलाइज कर पाओगे कि ओशन सरफेस कैसे दिखता है। Are you able to see this picture? इसमें देखो, ये मेरा कॉन्टिनेंट है, ये मेरा ओशन है. अब ओशन ऐसे दिखता है, पर 1940 से पहले जो हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी ओशन को लेके, वो थी कि ओशन सिर्फ प्लेन है. ओके, दिस इज मिड ओशियनिक रिजेस. मिड ओशियनिक रिजेस मीन्स माउंटेन रेंजेस इन द ओशन. ये सारी माउंटेन रेंजेस है. ये कैसे बनी? नीचे से मैग्मा आया और मैग्मा ने क्या किया, जैसे वो पानी के साथ कांटेक्ट में आया वो कूल डाउन हो गया. कूल डाउन हुआ, कंटिन्यू सप्लाई थी, उसके कारण क्या हुआ, स्प्रेड होना शुरू हो गया. जैसे जैसे स्प्रेड होता गया वो लेयर्स बनाता गया. दैट इज एब्साइल प्लेन. 3 स्टेजेस है इसमें सी फ्लोर में. फर्स्ट वन इज कॉन्टिनेंटल राइज. ये कॉन्टिनेंटल राइज क्यों हुआ है? बिकॉज ऑफ द कंटिन्यूस सप्लाई ऑफ मैग्मा. यहां से कंटिन्यू मिड ओशियनिक रिज से सप्लाई हो रही है, इस तरफ जा रही है. उसके बाद एब्साइल प्लेन, देन मिड ओशियनिक रिजेस. There is another important concept that is called trench. You can better visualize trench with another picture. यहां पे आपको दिख रहा है ना ट्रेंच. एक दूसरे पिक्चर से ज्यादा अच्छे से आप विजुलाइज कर पाओगे. ये देखो, मैरियाना ट्रेंच. In time to come, we will discuss in detail when we discuss tectonic plate theory how these trenches were formed. Okay, now you got an idea what is the difference between mid oceanic ridges and trenches. The first one is formation of mid oceanic ridges. Magma rise to fill the gap, then cool, solidifies and form new oceanic crust. कोई इसमें कंसर्न, कोई डाउट इस फर्स्ट पॉइंट में, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मिड ओशियनिक रिजेस में? मैग्मा ऊपर आएगा, कूल डाउन होगा, सोलिडिफाइड होगा, देन नई ओशियनिक क्रस्ट को फॉर्म करेगा.
उसी को सर बोलेंगे ना मिड ओशियनिक रिज.
नहीं 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 यार ऋतिक, हमने अभी जस्ट
सर जहां से मैग्मा बर्स्ट आउट हुआ वही तो है ना मिड ओशियनिक रिज.
ये है मिड ओशियनिक रिज. और जो मैंने ओशियनिक क्रस्ट की बात बोली ना, ये सबको मिला के ओशियनिक क्रस्ट है. Mid oceanic ridge is the part of oceanic crust. Like our mountains are the part of continental crust.
सर यहाँ पे जैसे दिखाया है रिफ्ट वैली के यहाँ से मैग्मा निकल रहा है.
क्या हुआ?
फोटो में जैसे दिखाया है कि रिफ्ट वैली से ये निकल रहा है, मैग्मा निकल रहा है.
ये इसी से निकल रहा है.
यस सर.
The first point is formation of mid oceanic ridge. The second stage में क्या हो रहा है? The movement away from the ridge. The new crust can slowly move away from the ridge as more magma rises and form new crust. फर्स्ट पॉइंट था फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मिड ओशियनिक रिज, वो कैसे हो रही थी? मैग्मा राइज हो रहा था, सोलिडिफाई हो रहा था, और उसके बाद क्या हो रहा था सौरभ?
सर वो जो नया आ रहा था वो उसको पुश करते जा रहा था आगे, उसकी वजह से रीजेस बन रही थी।
यस। अब जो वो पुश हुआ ना, वो हमारा सेकंड पॉइंट है। द न्यू क्रस्ट कैन स्लोली मूव अवे फ्रॉम द ridges as more magma rises and form new crust. The movement of oceanic crust is like conveyor belt. हमने देखा था ना कन्वेक्शन करंट की वीडियो में, वो कैट से एक्ट कर रही थी कन्वेयर बेल्ट की तरह. सेम कंसेप्ट इज एप्लीकेबल टू दिस. द मूवमेंट ऑफ oceanic crust is like conveyor belt, continuously adding new material and moves the older material away. Understand? Easy था. And third point, magnetic strips and age gradients. This pattern of magnetic strips on the ocean floor is indeed very crucial piece of evidence of the theory of seafloor spreading. The new oceanic crust that contains minerals rich in iron, because of this mineral, the magnetic field from the outer core of the earth make the symmetry as we saw in the video. जो मैग्मा निकल रहा है मिड ओशियनिक रिजिस में से, जो लावा बस्ट हो रहा है, जब वो कूल डाउन हो रहा है तो क्या हो रहा है? मैग्नेटिक स्ट्रिप्स बना रहा है. जैसे जैसे वो अवे जा रहा है एक पैटर्न में. ऋतिक, वी जस्ट सॉ इन द वीडियो ना.
Yes, sir.
आर यू एबल टू विजुअलाइज?
Yes, sir.
समझ आ रहा है ना? जहां पे
Yes,
समझ
sir.
नहीं आएगा पूछ लेना,
Okay, sir.
बिकॉज दिस इज द इंपॉर्टेंट. आप पिक्चर बना पा रहे हो ना दिमाग में. द फोर्थ वन इज creation and destruction. This is due to the movement of plate tectonic. We discussed the four evidences. We discussed what is seafloor spreading theory. जब आप वीडियो देख रहे थे तब मैंने आपको बोला था कि इस पर्टिकुलर टर्म को नोट डाउन कर लो. रिवर्सल ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट टर्म? रिवर्सल ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. सौरभ,
कोई कोई मैग्नेटिक फील्ड को अपोज कर रहा हो.
नो नो नो, रिवर्सल ऑफ
मैग्नेटिक,
मैग्नेटिक फील्ड.
यस. मैं आई थिंक सर वही है कि जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऐसे जा रही थी वो शायद फिर से आके ऐसे आए.
ऋतिक, any idea? Because we just saw in the video.
Sir, magnetic reversal means interchanging of magnetic poles, like
Yes,
North Pole change to South Pole and South Pole get reversed to North Pole.
yes, you are right. But how it is happening?
Yes, sir, याद रहा.
Okay, no worries. Just pay attention because this is an important concept. Magnetic reversal. The earth magnetic field reversal refer to the phenomena where the north and south magnetic poles switch places. मान लो कि अभी नॉर्थ ऊपर है, साउथ नीचे है. अगर इससे उल्टा हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? रिवर्सल हो जाएगा मैग्नेटिक. You got the idea? What the main question is, how it happens or how it will happen? What is the frequency? Is there any evidence? And what are their implications? So first we will discuss how it happens. As we already know, the Earth's magnetic field is generated by the movement of molten iron and nickel in the outer core. आउटर कोर में कौन कौन से मेटल है सौरभ?
सर निकल और आयरन
कौन सी स्टेट में है?
लिक्विड.
मोल्टन यार.
सर आउटर कोर में ना.
हाँ, इट इज इन ए मोल्टन स्टेट.
ओके मोल्टन स्टेट.
यार लिक्विड हम वैसे एक टर्म यूज कर लेते हैं, पर
ओके सर
कोई
आई
भी
गॉट
चीज
इट.
अंदर लिक्विड में नहीं ना होगी.
यस सर मोल्टन स्टेट में.
मोल्टन स्टेट में होगी.
यस सर.
वी आल्सो इंट्रोड्यूस द कंसेप्ट नाइफ.
यस सर.
The Earth's magnetic field is generated by the movement of molten iron and nickel in its outer core. This movement creates a dynamo effect, producing the magnetic field. Over the time, the flow of molten material can change in complex ways, leading to a weakening of magnetic field followed by a flip in its direction. What is the frequency? सौरभ एनी गेस? क्या लगता है आपको ये कितने टाइम के पीरियड में होता होगा?
नो आइडिया सर.
ऋतिक? कोई भी गैस, अगर आपको गैस करना हो. मान लो कि यूपीएससी में यही क्वेश्चन आ गया, अगर आपको गैस करना है,
एक
आप,
बार से रिपीट कर दो.
आपकी सिलेक्शन इसके ऊपर डिपेंड है कि जो
एक
मैग्नेटिक
बार
रिवर्सल है उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है. आज ही बोलना है.
नहीं सर नहीं आ रहा है.
जो लास्ट मैग्नेटिक रिवर्सल हुआ था ना 7,80,000 ईयर अगो हुआ था. 7,80,000 साल पहले. यूजुअली वन मैग्नेटिक रिवर्सल टेक 2 से 3 लाख साल, और वो फ्रीक्वेंटली नहीं होता है, एकदम नहीं होता है, काफी स्लो प्रोसेस में होता है. बट व्हाट आर द एविडेंस? हाउ वी कैन से दैट 7,80,000 साल पहले तो कोई इंसान नहीं था, ना ही हमारे पास उस टाइम कोई ऐसे इंस्ट्रूमेंट थे जिससे हम रिकॉर्ड कर सकते थे. तो हमें कैसे पता? द अर्थ हिस्ट्री ऑफ मैग्नेटिक रिवर्सल इज रिकॉर्डेड इन द rocks of the ocean floor. As magma at mid-oceanic ridges solidifies into rock, magnetic minerals within the rock align with the current direction of the Earth's magnetic field. I repeat, as magma at mid-oceanic ridges solidifies into rock, magnetic minerals within the rock align with the current direction of the Earth's magnetic field. Over the time, This process create a pattern of magnetic stripes on either side of the ridge, showing the history of reversal. So tell me, Ritik, if someone asks you, what are the evidence to support this concept, magnetic field reversal, then what would you say?
The patterns of sea floor on either side of mid-ocean ridges.
We just discussed. मैंने तभी कैमरे ऑन करवाए हैं, क्योंकि बंद कैमरे में पता नहीं लग रहा कि कौन क्या कर रहा है.
सर मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, मेरे दिमाग में नहीं बैठ रही आज.
तो जहाँ पे नहीं समझ आ रहा ना, पूछो ना. मुझे पता है इस क्लास में काफ़ी सारे कंसेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस हुए हैं. इट इज़ वेरी हार्ड टू ग्रास्प ऑल द कंसेप्ट इन वन क्लास. डोंट वरी. इस रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो को दोबारा से देखो, एक बार देखो, दो बार देखो, आपको समझ आएगा. डोंट वरी. आई रिपीट द एविडेंस. The Earth's history of the magnetic reversal is recorded in the rocks of the ocean floor. As magma at mid-oceanic ridges solidifies into rock, magnetic material within the rock align with the current direction of the Earth's magnetic field. Over the time, this process creates a pattern of magnetic stripes on either side of the ridge, showing the history of reversal. What are their implications? Magnetic field reversal do not happen instantly. This process can take thousands of years. During a reversal, the strength of the magnetic field weakens, which could have effect on the Earth's stability. But how? सौरभ, अगर अर्थ की मैग्नेटिक फील्ड वीक हो जाएगी तो क्या होगा?
सर जो जो बाउंडर होते हैं इसके भी अंदर जो मटेरियल होंगे या फिर कोई भी मिनरल्स है, कुछ भी होगा, मेटल नॉन मेटल,
नहीं,
वो. यस सर.
नहीं, ये आंसर नहीं है. ऋतिक?
सर जो सेडिमेंट फॉर्मेशन होगी वो सिमेट्रिकल नहीं होगी, अलाइन.
नहीं. वी जस्ट डिस्कस ड्यूरिंग द वीडियो यार. मैंने वीडियो रोक की थी और आपको बताया था कि दिस इज हाउ अर्थ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लुक्स लाइक, और मैंने बताया था कि ये जरूरी क्यों है. इट सेव्स द प्लैनेट अर्थ फ्रॉम द हार्मफुल रेडिएशन विच इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द सन. You understand?
यस सर.
This is the end of episode 4.2.